Do you have a lot of green beans in the garden and want to dry some for winter use? You know, dried green beans, they are a great crunchy snack, and you can also put them in your soups and stews to rehydrate them. So today I'd like to share with you a super easy method for making your very own dried green beans from your garden in 5 easy steps. All right, step number 1 is you're going to go out and pick and wash your beans. And what I want to show you is what makes a good bean and what doesn't make a good bean. All right, so if you look at this bean is nice and firm, it's round, and it's not too fat. This one is the same way. Those are good beans. Now, if you look at this bean, you can see that it's gotten lumpy, and if I break this open, you can actually see the seeds are starting to get quite a bit of size to them. Oops, kind of mushed that one. Let me do this one. See this one? See how the bean is maturing? And then this will be kind of dry and pithy. If you use poor quality beans, you're going to get a poor product off your dehydrator. So you want to use the high quality beans to start with. So don't use anything that's squishy or has big seeds. You want to use these. Now, to snap these, I take the ends off like that, and then I just snap these. You can see the seeds are very small, into just a couple of pieces, anything from 1 inch to 2 inch. Take the ends off and give those a snap. And they should snap. If they don't snap, they're not fresh enough, don't use them. All right, so next, after we have all our beans snapped, step 3 is to boil them for 5 minutes and blanch the beans in hot water. So I have my hot water going over here. I'll put the beans in. You don't start the timer until it comes back to a boil. So we turn that up, and then we're going to set the timer for 5 minutes, and we're going to let that boil for 5 minutes. The reason that we want to do this is we want to stop the enzymes. The enzymes will continue to ripen the bean even if it's dehydrated, so you'll lose flavor and color if you don't kill the enzymes. So by blanching, we're killing the enzymes so that we have better flavor and better color. All right, so once the pot is boiling, you want to set the timer for 5 minutes. Just go ahead, put the lid on it, set the timer, 5 minutes, and let that blanch. All right, our 5 minutes is up. I'm going to turn that down, and I like to use this strainer. It works so good. And I just come in here and catch my beans, and then we're going to take them to a cold water bath to cool them down because we don't want them to cook anymore. We just want to stop that enzyme from ripening the fruit, and then we will cool it down. All right, in the sink I have ice cold water. You can put ice in it if you want. Our tap water runs really cold, so I don't have to worry about it. So we're just going to let those float in there until they cool down. So we'll give them a couple minutes in the ice cold water. All right, so the beans are blanched, and I put them on this towel to dry just a little bit. And then the next thing I want to do is put them on my dehydrator rack. Now, I am using these are silicone screens, and I'm putting that underneath because the beans get very small and they can fall through the cracks in the dehydrator rack. So I want to be able to keep my beans from getting lost. So you're just going to put these on the rack like this. And you don't have to pack it in. You can use more than one rack. Okay, so then I take this, and this goes in the dehydrator for a minimum of 4 hours at 135 degrees, and then you're going to rotate the racks, and then you can roll the beans on it. And then go another 4 hours, and then if you need 4 more after that, whatever it takes until they get crispy. Now, if you would like to flavor them because you just want to eat them right off the rack, you can put on any spices or salt at this time when they are still, hydrated. And I like mine with salt. All right, so here is a batch that I dehydrated. And as you can see, they've gotten really small, and I didn't want them to fall through the racks, so they are on a screen. And what you want to do is you want to get them to where they're crisp. So if, like this one's a little bendy, I can put it back in. But once I got them crisp, yeah, I can hear them snapping now, like that. Then you can store them in a jar, and you want to just get them in a jar. Now you can store them for a year in an airtight container. I really like the canning jars because I can seal them up tight. And if you want to store them longer than that, I would just then drop the container into the freezer. So they are pretty yummy, and like you can eat them for snacks. You can just put them in a baggie and take them with you. Or if you want to rehydrate them, you can put them in soups and stews, and it'll take probably 30 minutes to an hour to rehydrate them. So you want to boil them up for a while, but pretty fun snack to have, and especially to have in the wintertime. Now, if you are wanting a dehydrator like the one that I'm using, I highly recommend the Kasori food dehydrator. The one that I have, I've owned for 2 years, and I really love it. What I did is I replaced my 30-year-old round dehydrator with it, and this thing gets used every single week. We dry fruits, veggies, and meat on it. And if you're interested, there's a link in the description below that you can follow to go find more information about it. Thanks for watching.